Can anyone hear me? Hello? Hello, hello. Okay, there we go. Cool. So people can hear me better. All right. Perfect. That worked. Still not transmitting over. There's the encoder. Very interesting. Okay. Hopefully people can actually hear me. Hey Rufus, what's going on, man? Yo yo yo. Yo yo. Yeah, I'm going to be running a giveaway here this afternoon. Hopefully. Oh, Thorn just resubscribed. Oh, good Lord. There we go again. Hey, Thorn. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, my Lord. Greetings. Yeah. Okay. About the giveaway today, I actually have a couple of ships. And trying to remember here. Yeah, I have a couple of ships, but I I don't want to just give all of them away. It's gonna be. I mean, I'm just gonna have to set it up here in just a second. Yeah, greetings to you too. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. So, how are you guys this morning? Doing good? Let me let me set this up. Giveaway. Give. Doing all right. That's good. Yeah, I'm waiting for next week because we get a long awaited old ship. The whole B. 12 times. Good grief. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Thank you, Skylar Collins, for the follow. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Giveaway. Okay, I'm gonna add a giveaway. Custom timer is gonna be. No, we're not gonna use that. We're gonna use the refund. Okay. See if we can do this. All right. But what? Okay. Not much of an FPS for. I misspelled, but I was correcting myself. That's okay. Everyone does. It happens. Wow, you're in a 5 stream winning streak there, Thorn. Cool. Not bad. Okay, so we need giveaway. Want restream give. I think it's only Streamlabs. Yeah. Yeah. You're okay. Dashboard. Huh. So have you guys spent any time in the breaker stations at all? Some of them are pretty awesome. I've spent significant time in the breaker station. They are incredibly cool. Okay, how do you spell that? And just a second, I'm looking up how to spell Aurora Mark II. Aurora Mark II. Not use the timer. All right. Now this is going to run the duration of the stream. We're going to see if this works. Hopefully it works because it picked up. Huh? Where'd it go? That's weird. Huh? Odd. It's saying active, but it's not picking. Okay. Might have to use the restream bot again. This one's not working. Hang on, guys. Don't waste time with that bot. Don't think it's working. Let me try restream bot again. Being a butt for some reason. Come on. Right, because I'm logged out. Huh. Well, that's weird. That's definitely weird. I don't know what's going on. I was running a full on giveaway earlier, so I don't know what's going on. So, what happened? I was able to do a Oh, it's Stream Elements, not Restream. I'm so sorry. Door prize. That's what I was trying to do. We're gonna increase cost. For 2. Let me try this version. No, not 1,000 tickets. Close giveaway. Okay. Try that. Yeah. This is fun. 1. Thank you for the follow, Elonia. That's funny. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. This is definitely funny, funny, ha ha ha. It's being difficult. Very difficult. Hang on just a second. Try. There we go. Try that. All right. That should work. Hopefully. Thank you for the follow, Elonia. See if we get any picks. Yes, we have entries. We have Rufus. Just hit ticket, Thorn. Exclamation ticket. Yep. There we go. Good job. Nice job, guys. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Technical difficulties. That's always fun. Isn't it? Technical difficulties, always fun. Not. All right. So now we now have our giveaway set up. Are either of you guys on YouTube? Out of curiosity, I'm over there too. I am curious if you can test if this ticket system works on YouTube. Thank you, Amux, for entering too. Oh, that was fun. Let's see if it pops up on YouTube. Didn't work here. Nope. Doesn't work there on YouTube. Good. It still works only on Twitch. Okay. Well, that answers that. Sorry for the trouble, boys. Yeah, it doesn't look like it works. So at least we know now. All right. Well, that's very, very interesting. Uh, Say what? Yeah. So I guess YouTube doesn't work as well as it used to, I guess. Or connect. So, okay. Well, back to what I was saying before I got sidetracked by the wonderful computer, right? Back to what I was saying. um, damn. Has anyone seen the new picture of the whole bee at all? Like the rumored what it looks like from leaks? It looks closer to a Star Lancer almost. Like not even like the old concept at all. Looks closer to a Star Lancer. Not surprised to be honest, but it is kind of sad to see the old design go away. I think I got a bot in the other channel repeating the same exact comments in a row. Super weird. So X. All right. Well, I know what I should. I'm gonna read the monthly report because there's a lot of stuff in the monthly report I haven't covered yet. Do you have a roadmap this week? No, I don't think so. So we have some things to go over. I haven't covered in several days. We're gonna go with first. Um, the get the Squadron 42 newsletter, which for all intents and purposes, yeah, I heard that. I saw that Thorn. That was pretty cool. Capture. So we're gonna go over the suit up for service bit. This is the Squadron 42 quarter one newsletter. As you can see, this is the armor for Squadron 42. I think this is just the pilot suit, though. Like your basic pilot Starman suit, I think. So this is not your primary armor. So you have your Omni CFS Diamond flight suit. You have your regulation neck sock, which is basically just to keep the air in. Then you have your Aves E helmet carbon fiber. Basically, this helmet. Weapons for Squadron 42, probably your basic weapons are going to be the P4AR, the bearings P4AR, and S38 ballistic pistol. And the FS9 and the Utiliflex Fisk 8 combat knife. Yes, I think they're testing the new transport system, which, oh my gosh, it is such a need. We're going to read some of that too. Evo stuff, because it's juicy. It is very juicy. Trust me. Super juicy. So, the thing I want to note of this Squadron 42 stuff is the hacking tool. Bearing OmniLink hacking device. Do you notice this? This means this has not been dropped from production. The hacking device is still very much a valid, going to happen thing. We didn't know that this was still going to happen, but now here it is. Proof of concept. It's not in our part of the game yet, but it will be eventually. So, yeah, okay. We're going to read the monthly report now. It shouldn't take too long. Yeah, it should. Okay. I love these facilities. I'll just be honest. Of all the new facilities, Thorn, these QVC stations are epic. They're huge, multi-leveled, multi-layered, and they have tons of good gear and armament and all kinds of good stuff in them. There's some of the most well-designed areas in StarCitizen period I've ever seen so far. That is my comment on these places. They're not perfect by any means. Still glitch and stuff in them. But they are some of the best play spaces so far that I've ever seen, especially the exclusive ones. Go in there with a squad of 6 or 7 guys. You can whip through one of these missions in about an hour or two. Okay, I'm not even going to say that name on Streamlabs because, oh my gosh. Whoa. Holy cow. Wow. Dang. That's one of them names we don't mention. Woo. Sorry, guys. Got a little distracted. Anyways, back on topic. We're going to start with AI content. Last month saw AI make numerous fixes while continuing to build for the future. With Alpha 4.7 releasing at the end of March, it's already out. The team fixed a series of bugs, including an elusive issue where station NPCs were offset from their benches. At the same time, support was provided for upcoming mission content, with the team incorporating placeholder script recordings and setting up comms calls. This will allow directors and designers to have a better understanding of the intended experience while also allowing the writers to hear and adjust the script as needed. AI then continued to look at building behaviors for new incentives they're excited to announce soon. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. AI features and tech. They've started looking at getting breaching and bugs fixed. In particular, civilians getting stuck in the cower position. That is so annoying to come into a room full of a bunch of NPCs doing the, oh my gosh, we're going to freaking die here. And we're like, what? We're not even here to hurt you, bro. Right? Like, yeah, okay. Right. Um, they also intend to restore the intended de-escalation when combat NPCs exit combat. That's going to be good in mob scenarios. Various crash fixes were implemented, navigation reasons. On the development side, additional work was done on the Apex Valacar. Now the creature will be limited to moving within its arena, will emerge after X number of seconds, and will request a despawn if not sufficiently damaged within a number of seconds. The Copian now uses motive patterns that have been upgraded with a pack-like growling and circling behavior when attacking. Oh, okay. The juvenile Valacar can also use his movement motive pattern. Very interesting. For Star Paws, improvements were made to the inherent motive behavior perimeter ability. Elsewhere, general PTU crashes were fixed. Animation team started working on snake and worm type enemies and creating new behavior animations. God, not more of them. Come on, let's get some else. Facial animation began processing the content from February's performance capture. Oh my. This includes content for Alpha 4.8's new missions where players will meet two new characters, as well as a news broadcast for Levski. Art characters. The character art team progressed with projects for 4.8 alongside in-game assets. They also continue to work on new gang outfits and support Starware. The concept art team spent time exploring new heavy combat armor. Down here, we have the UK team progressing with the Gatak railing, which I assume this is part of it. Preparing for its gray box review at the end of March. Part of this, the team brought up some areas of the ship to later pipeline standards, help set the tone for larger Gatak style spaces. So there's going to be more Gatak type ships. Remember that, guys. There's going to be more Alien Week type ships. It was mentioned right here that there will be more. Okay? Very cool. Love the art on it. The Great Cat UTV wrapped up testing and is awaiting its release into the PU. We're hoping players will have as much fun with this little vehicle as we did making it. The Misk Hull B, which will be out next week, chat, next week, with the industrial stuff, had its final combined Lodo and its final gate review. This was done due to coming onto aspects late, caused the earlier gate to technically not be passed. However, all the other team work was done for the later stage. So the ship is done. The Drake Ironclad, which this is the sub bridge. Look at that, guys. Hey, Thorn, what do you think? Isn't it pretty? That is a big sub bridge. That's got to be bigger than the Caterpillars. Look at, I love the branding here. The branding here. I want the Caterpillar to get some branding like this. Drake Ironclad, Clad Assault, and Command Module all progress through their Lodi phases, along with, starting a full lighting and detail pass, unify the visuals. Alongside this, the team returned to the Caterpillar, set it up for the command module. So, okay. Caterpillar's getting modularity. Confirmed. Partially. Several devs went back to the Arside Galaxy after a small hiatus. Like other ships in pre-production, they went over the original layout, made adjustments, both for flow and make use of the ever-growing asset library. This involved adjusting the lower. Me too. I'm very happy too. I have two of them. I have the Assault and the Standard. Yep. The lower deck had to be less isolated and prevent it from leading to be a dead end. Other areas were also adjusted to current metrics using suitable assets from other RSA ships. 5 unannounced ships progressed through March. First successfully passed both white and gray, so it's small. Lodi review shortly. Team has made great progress on this ship as it has grown from an initially simple idea to something much more complex. The second approach to Lodi, you have 2 standard ironclads and 1 assault. Cool. And it's approaching, it started work on the required updates. The third Pestis Gray Box is approaching Lodi at the start of April. He made some minor adjustments to the cockpit to give the player a better view, alongside more inputs on the control stick. The end result will be worth it. Okay. So, here's the landing gear. Look how big the clad is. In North America, the team worked on the Kraken. The capital ship successfully passed its white box gate review, which is a major milestone for what will be. So, yeah, they're probably for Invictus. What will be the largest player flyable ship on release. The team then concentrated their efforts on the main hero rooms, such as engineering, port traversals through the ship, and implementing the new bespoke man turrets and weapons. I don't like that. It should be able to have upgradable weapons. But oh well. It's a capital ship. What can you do? Alongside final support for the release of the RSI Mark II, an unannounced vehicle continued through the gray box. Minor adjustments were made to the flow to aid traversal in the rear half of the ship. Additional windows were added throughout. Yeah, I think the other unknown ships are for Invictus as well. We'll simply have to wait and see what they are. Kind of curious. Yeah, I'm super, super curious what they're going to be. We don't have any idea. We'll probably get weapon kits for the Kraken to make money from people who already own the Kraken. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point. I think you're probably right. It makes sense though, because the Kraken's a large unified platform, and it's basically a big, bulky. It's a big ship. Does it really need multiple variants? No. But it'll definitely get some upgrade stuff. Let's see. They started merging sound and stuff with Pedro. Oh, the claw salamander enemies. A Kraken refinery. Hmm. Kraken. The claw salamander enemies with a unique language. Wait. Are this an alien race? Claw salamander. Okay. For gameplay. They're progressing hacking as we saw, polishing tools, and they have a tutorial. Oh, claw salamanders are the gang you fight in Rockbreaker. Okay. Significant work was done toward crafting. Yep. Yep. Paging support was done. The refueling mechanic got a bunch of work. They changed it so ships can initiate docking and back up to dock with the ship that needs fueling. Auto dock now triggers when the ships are close enough. Awesome. Ships also automatically undock whenever the refueling is complete. That's awesome. Transport system is currently getting tested. Ship hangar service has first playable gate, which is met favorably. And now they're working on social feature. We need social features badly. Creature content team. Okay, they're moving away from a credits only mindset and toward alternate progressions such as crafting, reputation, and one of my friends doesn't like this, but it's necessary for the growth of the game. It was gonna happen, just saying. Game intelligence development. Okay. Hold on. Stakeholder. Uh oh. Hang on, Thorn. Look at this. Throughout the month, they continued deeper investigation, design work around its implementation, refining the architecture based on stakeholder feedback. Meaning that, yeah, people are starting to get pissed, and stakeholders are beginning to speak up. Yep. That's the first time I've seen this wordage used. Level design, UK and DE. They worked on multiple future deliverables, including Tactical Strike, the Siege of Orison rework. They also began to prepare for a major new location. What I want to know is, where is the municipal work? Levski. Mission design. They brought back the courier system, drop off one SCU boxes. Oh, in March, the narrative team continued. Did something. In March, the narrative team continued work for a whole host of upcoming game operations missions, alongside refining the narrative of tactical strike groups. They crafted storylines for several new engaging missions that will be released alongside patches, one of which will see the return of an old foe. I'm hoping that's Dr. Yort. That storyline just went and disappeared. Remember? The Dr. Yort. Yeah, I think it is waiting on instance. But you remember what I just said? I think the Dr. Yort storyline is coming back. The team also worked on its next capture session. For the final session, narrative also began an eventual overhaul of current item descriptions with future revisions of the inventory and fabrication system. Finally, narrative continued to work StarCitizens to determine how the mission system will evolve once the tool comes online to add more locations to planet surface. Online tech. I don't read this because it's a bunch of jargon. I don't make heads or tails of it. Sorry. I'll pause here for about 4 minutes. I can see the the dark doctor coming back, evil doctor coming back. Yeah, me too. Sorry, a family member was telling me they were going. Apology. Yeah, back to Dr. Yort. He will definitely probably reappear at some point. There's no reason he would. The dude is persistent like a cockroach. That is evil too, and disgusting. R&D, nothing really important. Tech, art, and animation. Okay. Over the past month, Technical animation team progress with characters, creatures, stuff that support all the above. On the character side, head exports for new named new characters, progressive A, big logic pipeline. Gate 5 policy passes are done for 2 additional faces approaching their final quality bar 2. On armor and weapons, now look at this. The super heavy combat animation set being brought from Squadron 42 across the persisting first player character. And binoculars, ADS, and support zoom state transitions were finalized. Reactables. The team is implementing the flaming torch held animation, tightening the player interaction cone so user objects feel precise and correctly aimed. They're also completing food prop tech animation for Nick's location. They're also working on Starcloth, ongoing pipeline. Yo, Victura, yep. They're working on Starcloth and in development dialogue for NPC ambient conversation data. What's going on, my friend? So yeah, it's been very busy. Very busy the last, I want to say, month. The Ironclad is approaching its being done. Dennis, oof. Go away. Dennis, evil. Evil. Dennis suck. Be gone with ye. Oh. So yeah, I here. Hey, Red Stranger, what's up, man? It's the Stranger Man. It's the red. It's the Red Stranger. Hey, what up, man? What up? Man, it's jumping this morning. Been a minute? Yeah, it has. Hey, thanks. What? This one? Yeah, I've had it for a while. I've had this. It's the stand probably. It's just yeah. Uh, I don't know. I'm tired. Yeah, nice upgrade. Grow my hair a bit. Unfortunately, this is getting cut because my hair it itches. I might have to cut it short again. It's just not good for me. Don't forget, chat, I am running a giveaway. Everyone in chat put exclamation ticket to enter to win an Aurora Mark II with all the modules. Doing great. And two paints. A combined package worth about 60 bucks. Please be sure to put exclamation ticket, please. The I will pick a winner by the end of the stream. Has life been treating me? Excellent, my friend. See if it got it. Not a problem. It's all good, Red. All good. We have Kura, Amux, Thorn, Rufus. We share because we care. Monsters Inc. We scare because we. Thanks for the yeah. Oh, not in a bit, but I need to be, Red. I will probably start doing that a bit. Rufus. It is good to see him stream again too. You as well. If I'm being honest. Yeah, you have been. Yep. His mentor, he's the one who got him into streaming, Vic. He's a fellow friend. He hadn't, he took a break for a while. Yeah. I mean, real life does kind of come at you every now and then. You got to take a break. You know, it happens. Stuff happens. Let me see. By the way, just so people know what kind of ship. Yeah, I need to. Before I forget, I don't think a lot of people know what kind of ship the Aurora. I can't spell it. So we're going to go behind the ship. Hold on. Where is my audio? No audio.
Quintessential starter StarCitizen ship.
There we go.
For the people that have been with the project a long time, it was one of the first ships that they saw.
So it gave you that first experience of boarding your own
It
ship.
kind of does.
Exploring the interior, although limited, and then finally climbing into the pilot seat and then taking off for your first
That's
mission
the old
or
Aurora.
exploration. Whilst the game has evolved over the last decade and we have learned a lot more about building spaceships in that time, we felt that now was the right time to go revisit the Aurora series.
Doing a follow-up of the original Aurora is actually quite the task because you have to make sure that it's as beloved as the original.
The Mark II combines the classic DNA of the original Mark I Aurora and then brings it up to modern day standards, both in terms of visuals and gameplay loop.
RSI tend to want to kind of push the boundaries a little bit. They want to look back and see what they've done in the past and what was successful, but they're not scared to really embrace new ideas. We've tried to keep the overall proportions and styling of the base Aurora with the Mark II, but we just tried to sharpen it up.
It has a really angular style. It looks really sleek. Everything flows, and it has this sort of layered, armored look.
The circular door is still there to enter the ship, but it's hidden by the newer layered RSI door designs.
We've still got those really iconic 4 wings down the sides that give the ship its length.
There's also some doors that open up and they show the VTOLs underneath, which are these fans that help support the ship while it's changing trajectories.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying
There's even a cool new feature where you can vault onto the top of the ship over the front canopy.
My favorite part of that entire ship is actually the back section. It has tons of detail that all lines up towards the center of the ship.
Something we were keen to follow up with is some of the RSI ships have transforming states, such as the Scorpius.
We were playing with the idea of like, do we open the wings? Do we not open the wings? And as soon as we kind of started playing with the idea and seeing how it looked, it just felt natural.
The base Aurora Mark II comes with 4 size 2 weapon hardpoints, as well as 4 size 2 missile hardpoints, each defaulting to 2 size 1 missiles.
The guns are actually attached to what the wings are attached to. So when the wings pop off, the guns are still attached to the ship.
So if you lose your wings, you're not totally out of the fight.
No, so if you lose your wings, you'll lose your missiles, and you'll lose VTOL if you lose the bottom wings.
When we were doing the original design for the Mark II Aurora, one thing that came up was, do we want to do variants or do modules?
In terms of production, a variant of a ship is actually a lot of work on our part. You have to redo modeling, you have to almost rethink the whole entire ship.
The ship now, instead of being a variant, comes with 2 different modules.
And the advantage of modules is you buy one Aurora Mark II, and forever in the future, when upgrades happen to the ship, you can grab that module and then add it to your own ship.
The TS module, or what we internally refer to as the cargo module, provides an additional 6 SEU cargo on a drop lift, which takes the whole cargo capacity of the Aurora Mark II with it equipped to 8 SEU, which is pretty competitive in a starter ship. And then one of the big changes with the TS cargo module and the base Aurora is the cargo is held internally rather than underslung underneath, so it's more protected.
So it's great for somebody who's just getting started, who wants to do hauling missions before upgrading to something bigger like a Zeus.
Or you can either go with the defense module, which adds 8 S2 missiles and also 1 S1 shield generator in the back of it.
So if you add 8 S2 missiles, you're much more lethal. And if you add another S1 shield, you're adding 50% more shield to your ship.
So the player can decide whichever one suits their playstyle the most.
In the future, we can definitely foresee other modules coming along, and anybody who has the Aurora Mark II now will be able to use those modules later on.
One of the kind of limiting factors of the Mark I was its overall size. With the Mark II, we built it more from the inside out, so we knew all the features that we wanted it to deliver.
You get in from the airlock door. On your left, you have the nice pilot seat. We have a nice view from there. We have a lot of glass, so we can really see space from pretty much everywhere when you turn around. You have 2 shelves for mission boxes, so you can take the ship to do missions.
You're
You
not
have
wrong.
engineering screen with components below that. If you continue on the right, you have a suit locker and a weapon rack. And at the end of the ship, you have the bed with a lot of space compared to the first Aurora. When you lie down, you have a big screen on top of your head.
It's very enclosed, but it all has a very functional style to it. Everything like sort of feels like it should be where it is. The paints are awesome. We have a lot of cool options.
We have a solid black line. We have a bronze and green one. There's one tint that's iridescent that's inspired by an Aurora Borealis. I think that one came out really well.
Yeah, that paint is awesome.
One of my favorite tints was inspired by an old video game that I grew up with that I loved. And I think when the players find it, they'll be doing some barrel rolls.
Perfect.
Alongside the Mark II Aurora, we also wanted to celebrate the Mark I Aurora, and for that reason we decided to introduce a 6th special edition variant called the Aurora Mark I SE.
So the Mark I Special Edition is really our sending off of the Mark I. It's taking all of the best elements from the different Mark I models that we do and combining them into one.
So it takes the improved cargo of the CL, the base level of the MR, the weapon loadout and the intakes of the LN, and then the luxurious take of the LX seat.
We also wanted to give it a really nice unique paint. And we wanted to give it a nice update to the interior in terms of its materials and its colours. So it kind of feels like a high-end sports model of some of the cars you see out and about.
So is the Mark II replacing the Mark I?
No, it's not replacing it. So you still get to keep all your Mark I Auroras. RSI just aren't manufactured anymore. Just like the Mark I Hornets, they're here to stay in game. They're They're still going to be supported, they're still going to have bug fixes, they're going to have any features that they don't support yet updated in time to support that. They're here to stay, but we hope they will turn into this classic car status within the universe.
I'm very happy with the ship. The team did a great job.
It is clearly an Aurora, but brought up to just kind of modern RSI visuals.
I have a big background in creating the first levels of games. For me as a designer, I thought a lot about the new player coming on and having the ship be as welcoming as possible.
It's a great starter package. That's everything you could want to start the game with.
But even if you have other ships, it's there as a sort of useful modular utility ship that you can just have as your second ship, perhaps, when your main ship is perhaps being claimed or damaged and you just want to get back out there.
A Avenger Titan Mark II. Like, okay, keep the old Penguin, right? Keep the old Penguin look, but make it more angular, sharper, right? Yeah, like that, yeah. Like a penguin, like a super penguin, right? You know what I mean, Victoria? If you're still there. Or Rufus. What do you think of an Avenger Mark II? If they did an Avenger Mark II with modularity like it was supposed to be, like the Aurora, would it be bigger than the current design? Probably. I kind of think it would be. I almost want to 100% say, yeah, it's, you know, gonna be bigger. The old 100 series, Mac? Whoops. Wrong button.
So the RSI Aurora is the quintessential
I need to remind people of what's coming later this year. Later this year, everyone, we were getting what's called Tactical Strike. Or at least, you know, we hope it is. So, let's see. Where is it? Stormbreaker. Tactical strike is something else. So I'll put it that way. That's not. Where is it? It's Invictus. Well, that's really strange. They removed it. CitizenCon 20.
Scope for crafting. It's going to be so valuable for us as devs to kind of get the metrics in, get the feedback in, because then we can make the changes that, you know.
So this is in game. Crafting is weapons, breaking ground. Okay. Where's tactical strike?
Return back to it at different states depending on how much you've progressed, and be able to keep it going until you
can use them to craft, and the different attributes will be increased based on the quality of the materials you use. It's not just iron ore anymore, it's iron ore of the quality that you know will get you the stats for the item that you desire. And it's not just mining, it's essentially every resource we can get our hands on.
To support this, we also need major changes to inventory so that all of these new resources that you're collecting, you can see what you have, you can order it better, you can understand what you have.
There it is. This is tactical strike.
So the persistent universe has existed for over 10 years now. During that time, we've created lots of gameplay systems, we've added hundreds of locations, we've added lots of mission activities for different purposes: combat, cargo, mining, salvaging. But for combat ships, the only thing you've been able to do is fight other combat ships. In 2026, this changes. We're going to be delivering a spaceship-focused activity space which incentivizes the use of different gameplay roles. These are going to be scenarios where you're going to have to plan and strategize and create operational tactics to overcome your objective. So what you're going to see is very early. It's early in the pipeline process, and it's going to come online about mid next year. But we're really excited about the content we're creating, so we want to share with you a super early look at what we're building in a space we're calling Tactical Strike Groups.
The People's Alliance are still trying to get to the bottom of what this new faction is really doing in the Nyx system.
They was sent a capital ship to check out a station and run into more than they can take care of themselves.
Unfortunately, that team came under attack and members of their groups were taken hostage. Now they've reached out to Intersec, who've reached out to you to help recover the pilot. Of course, it's unwise to do this alone, so you'll need to put a team together to attack the station.
When you arrive, you will have this big asteroid, kind of broken asteroid, and on this you will have this space where you will find three big arms. You will see in the middle, you will have this big energy core. Everything here has a purpose. It's not just for the show, just something nice to see.
You'll see a People's Alliance-owned Idris that's just on the outside, and it's going to be getting harassed by this unknown faction that you have met before.
So your first objective here is to clear out the ships. There'll be waves of these ships, so this is what you want your light or your medium or your heavy fighters, whichever playstyle you prefer.
So while one part of your group is dealing with the fighters, now it's time to actually assault the station.
This station has been outfitted to resist all of the obvious way of attacks.
Somehow they've incorporated Vanduul capital ship killing turrets. These turrets ignore small fighters, and they have the firepower to destroy even the biggest capital ships.
Your Polaris and your Idris, if you get it close, it will get shredded. The idea of these is so we can sort of make it so we can mix up that ship combat, and not everyone can just bring the biggest ship and win just because they have the biggest ship.
You have to send out your best pilots to navigate the superstructure and take down anything that may damage your bigger ships. So at this point you're thinking, destroy the turrets. But it's not that easy. This turret has shields that you've never seen before. It won't take any kind of damage. Your missiles won't do anything, your lasers won't do anything, your ballistics won't do anything to them. But like everything, they do have a weakness. You have to cut the power to their shields. To do that, that actually brings you to your first objective, the power relays.
So the exterior has a number of power relays that are holding the doors closed so that you can't get in.
You have to find them, you have to target them, and you have to destroy them. But it may not be as easy as it seems.
Here's our first wrinkle. The power relays have their own shields that are resistant to energy-based attacks.
We know how much you like using laser repeaters, but so do these guys.
Capital ship can't get close enough because of the turrets.
So ships with explosive or ballistic ordnance will be needed here. That's torpedo ships like your Retaliator or Gladiator, or even another fighter with ballistics loadout. That's going to take you a while.
9.7 gun, maybe?
Once the power relays have been taken down, the station opens up.
And this is where things get really cool.
Now it's time for you to fly your ship inside the station.
Yeah, you, in your ship, fly into the superstructure of this station.
How cool is that?
I feel like this is a proud dad moment. Thank you, Jared.
We're just going to call it what it is. It's a trench run.
Trench run.
So as you enter the structure, you'll see cooling units along the sides that you'll need to take out. There's 3 arms to the station that have these trenches. You'll fly into one, and then there'll be a core in the center, and then you'll move out another trench.
You're either gonna do it multiple times, or you need to bring friends.
At this point, the core is still protected, so these are essentially strafing runs.
There are objects to avoid. You're going to have to be able to dodge. You're going to have to move quickly. You need an agile ship.
Because the shield generator that you're targeting is emitting lots of distortion damage.
So once the cooling units are out, that exposes the core to overheat, which means that you can attack it from the inside and also from exhaust ports on the outside of the station. This core is armored and just takes a whole lot of damage. Once the power core goes down, the turrets come down, and then the capital ships can get closer. Why is that important? Because during all of this, you spend a lot of ammo and munitions and ballistics, and you're going to want to top up.
This is where we're gonna get our new feature in, ship hangar refueling and rearming. You're gonna be able to land in the hangar of select ships and be able to use the same interface as you are right now at stations to refuel and rearm.
It's specifically for ships like the Idris and the Polaris and other ships that are designed to have other ships land inside them.
Of course, it'll be more than just those 2 ships, and you'll find out more once we get closer to release. But this is a really important feature that we're really excited to get out.
Ships.
If you're not bringing your own Idris, the People's Alliance has an Idris there that can provide a safe port in a storm, allow you to set back up and head back out.
And it's a good thing that you've rearmed and refueled too, because now another group of ships is coming to attack the People's Alliance Idris. So while the fighters are protecting the Idris, what's happening at the station? Well, that's where the dropships come in.
Now you've got to take a fire team in. You've got to land, you've got to fight through an onslaught of FPS enemies that belong to this unknown faction, and you've got to open a hangar door which will allow you to release captives from the station. After you've opened the doors and that person's taken off, you've just got to make sure they get to safety.
So at this point, all of this sounds pretty simple, but there's an additional complication.
So up until this point, it's just been you versus the enemies in the station. But the enemies in the station have their own enemies.
The Van Duel neighbors who really don't like these guys for some reason will come in and wreak havoc on everything.
And they're not going to discriminate between you and the station. They're out for blood. When you alert the Van Duel by destroying the power core that the station's now vulnerable, you're on a time limit. Van Duel are coming, they're going to come hard, they're going to keep coming, you're going to have one hell of a fight.
Here it comes. Van Duel capital ship. Warrior class.
Tactical strike groups. I'm personally so invested in this. So throughout 2024,
Okay. That ship is going to be a problem. We don't have anything big enough to combat that, do we? I don't think so. Well, they did mention, I'm going to say this, they did mention ships that are going to have refueling and rearming that we don't have right now. Could they be talking about the Kraken? Don't think so. They could be talking about the Javelin, folks. What do you think, Rufus? Victura? Could the Javelin, the long vaulted destroyer of the UEE, arrive with tactical strikes? I don't know. They literally mentioned that there are going to be other ships that rearm and refuel. I don't know very many that do. Other than the Carrack, maybe. The TAC, maybe. That's two. But besides the Polaris and the Idris, that's it. Yeah, no worries, Red. You have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Thorn, I don't know. I mean, the destroyer, though, would probably take multiple javelins to go after. I'm just saying. The destroyer is supposed to be cruiser or battle cruiser size in their language. So it's huge. Even a javelin by itself would have difficulty. So it might take several javelins to take down. But I don't know, dude. What do you think? Maybe the Kraken? The Kraken is big enough on its own. I mean, it's really confusing because let's find out how big this ship is. Let's do a little research here. Not a king ship. Not the Hunter. The Hunter is a corvette. So what is, I think it's the Mauler. There it is. Mauler. This is a, no, that's a cruiser. I said it was a destroyer. No, light fire, trade. I think it is the Mauler. Yeah. This is the ship we just saw. The Van Duel Mauler. It's a cruiser. Standard cruiser. Is huge. How long? Pretty big. So this thing appears. It's, yeah. It's going to be something else. I'll put it that way. It is a good question, though. I mean, we really have to ask the question, you know, are we going to see something like that? And, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, Thorn. Hang on just a second. I got it. I'll be right back. Yeah, and that's the kicker. We don't know. Do you think they might delay tactical strike for the Kraken? What do you think? You think they could delay tactical for the Kraken? I mean, they could, but I don't know. By the way, I'm going to show everyone what the Mark II Aurora looks like in game. Hop in here. You It's the Polaris and Idris for the triple R's. Right. Yeah. Guess we'll just have to be careful. Yeah. Smart people keep their distance from the mauler. Just saying. Yeah, I got a good point. 50 per instance, if you remember. Okay. So it's supposed to be instant. That makes sense. So it is instant. Maybe the Mauler retreats after it gets significant damage. See, I would go in there with 2 Polarises, a Perseus, and 2 Idris M's. Idris M's to be used for bombardment. You know? The railgun would be very useful. Yeah, it is true. Got a good point. It would destroy the sales for the RSI Galaxy. Is the Galaxy still coming though? They sent it back to pre-production. Hey guys, we're forgetting something. The Galaxy got sent back to pre-production. I'm just saying. that was my understanding. I could be wrong. At least according to the monthly report it was, but they did. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Fair.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Okay, so
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
I'm gonna show off what this ship looks like. So we have the Aurora Mark II.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again.
For people that don't know, the Aurora Mark II looks like, I can show you. Did I change skin? I don't think I did. Oh, it's the Electra plate. Yeah, look at that. The luminescent. So this is the Aurora Mark II with its Aurora paint, that's what I call it. The metallic purple green Aurora transitional paint. Yeah. These are size 2 guns. Look at this. These are pretty big. Okay. So for this, what is it? It's the shield generator. Here's the cargo hold for the base version. The module to go here. It has size 2 missiles, which are right here. Okay, this is the same on this side. What is this? Shield generator? It has 2 shields already fixed. What is this? A shield port? Oh, those are thrusters. Thrusters. Funky. Oh. Radar box. Battery. All right, before we go in, where is the module? Okay, so we're gonna go here. and pull up a module. To be able to. Yeah, it really is nice, isn't it? So the base, that's the base Aurora Mark II. We're gonna shove this in here. We're gonna switch it out with the secondary module. Okay? So this is gonna go back in the hangar. We're gonna swap it out for the combat module. Nothing. Oh. Well, I can't access that. Okay, I'm going to bring up my ship. That's one of the paints. We're going to try this one. I don't think you're going to like this paint as much. More of a military paint. This is the cargo module. I don't have the combat module here. This is the combat one with more of a combat-esque kind of paint. This is kind of a bronze and green color. Yeah, let's get a better look at it. Yeah, see, it's kind of an olive gray and bronze color. This paint. I actually like the bronze color. This is a nice paint. I don't remember the exact color it is. This is the T module, which is the cargo. So, to get to the cargo for this, we open here. What do you think, Rufus? This is the extra grid. Now, you can only fit two SCU crates and two 1 SCUs in the configuration here. 2 SCUs fit from here to here, or here to here, and here and here, or here and here. Can't do like a hexagonal pattern. Yeah, it won't work. Yeah, won't work. Unfortunately. Yeah. See, there's a bump here, which I wish they remove. It'd make it so much easier to put bigger boxes, but I know why they did it. Also, I don't recommend this. But apparently there's a button for getting out of here if you get stuck inside. Yeah. What's this? See? There's a button for getting out of here, Rufus, just in case you get stuck in the ship. There's a button for getting you out of this cargo grid. So that's helpful. I love that. That is one of the most interesting. Yeah. And just a minute. Honestly, I'm glad they included that button. Because, man. What happened? I have no idea. Thorn got timed out again. Boo. Sorry about that, Thorn. Overzealous bot. My bot is super overzealous. I don't know why. All right, let me see. All right. Huh. Hang on just a second. Damn. Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty cool ship. I really like it. For a small ship, it's pretty unique. I don't know why my bot went after Thorn so bad. Dumb thing. I don't know what happened. But apparently my bot went after Thorn. Got no clue. No matches. That's really weird. Sorry about that, man. Okay, good. I was afraid I ran you off. Sorry. I need to have somebody work with me with my moderator bug. That is annoying. Getting really tired of it spooking people off. I am so sorry. That is not cool. Stupid, dumb bot. I barely know how to set these things up myself. So, kind of a headache. Just to make sure everything was okay. Also, common courtesy. I do that for a lot of people. I do that for a lot of people to help boost their channels. Oh, you don't stream. Oops, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey guys, before things devolve further with his stupid bot, I'm gonna run the contest. Yeah, before Mr. Bot decides to get cranky yanky, I'm gonna run a contest. Probably. But first, I'm gonna see if I can run anybody else into chat. Yeah. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to Okay, I'm gonna share this with my friend. Or hang on, just a second, chat. Let's see if I can get some more participants. So let's try this. All right. So trying to see if I can get some more friends to pop in here and run up chat. So while we're waiting, is there anything anyone is particularly looking forward to for Invictus besides the obvious? Anything hopefully? Things we want, things we potentially might get. I'm all ears. The Stingray. Yeah, I remember that comment a while back. Isn't it an anvil ship? I think that was supposed to be an anvil ship. Yeah. The Stingray. I remember that. Yeah, it's supposed to be out around Invictus. Yeah. It's supposed to be fairly heavily armored too. If I remember, if I think you may be onto something there, dude. Oh, the Kruger. So it's a Kruger ship? Hey guys. Doing great. I'm not staying too long, but Gavin, if anyone is interested. Oh, okay. Well, Moonraker and Molo, if you're or Fly, I guess. I don't know. If you guys are interested in a free ship, I'm currently running a giveaway on my Twitch channel, completely free, open to everyone in the group. Just stick around long enough to earn a ticket and enter the contest. It's running as long as I'm running the promotion, guys. I mean, you can't beat a $55 upgrade token, right, Molo? Well, yeah. I mean, it's the thought that counts, right? Right. Side chat. Going in side chat now. There you go. That's me. Jim, it's open to you too, buddy. Anyways, I'm gonna bow out so I can pay attention to my audience. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Anyways, yeah, I think the Stingray is going to be Kruger or something. Flat 4, thank you for the follow. I assume you came over from Ghost Wolves, so if you would type exclamation ticket, you should have enough for tickets. Everyone I think who joins gets like 300 tickets. I can't remember Thorn. Was it 300 tickets? Moon? Oh, Moonraker. Oh, you're Moonraker. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. Well, welcome, welcome. This is my humble Twitch channel. Welcome. And be aware, guys, I have several other things to give away as well. This is just, you know, flat 4 get loyalty leaderboard. For the giveaway, you did 1 ticket, right? Anyways, flat 4. What do you think about? What do you think's going to come from Kruger next? I'm hoping a medium. I really hope so. Fighters are nice and all, but a medium would be nice. I mean, we have so many light fighters. So many light fighters. It's ridiculous. Right, cool. Yeah, I agree. Kruger medium heavy would be cool. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Medium Kruger heavy would be cool. Yeah. Try to see how many points you have flat. Just out of curiosity. Type exclamation points. See how many you have. Should have gotten some from following. Oh, point. I think points are point, maybe? The coiner. Oh, flip 4. Okay, there we go. Point. Okay, there we go. Points. There we go. Cool. Cool beans. So it is working. Very good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So all you have to do is type enter or exclamation ticket. Exclamation mark ticket. And you should enter it right away. Thorn is rank 13. Jesus. Rank 5. Wow. See if that got it. Top points, Halcyon. All right. Flat 4 is entered. All righty. So, we now have 5 entries. I'm going to have to get off lunch here in a minute. So, I am going to close the giveaway now, unless we get any last minute players. Don't think we're going to this late in the game. Close. We're going to draw a winner. Drum roll, please, everyone. Amux. Amux, are you here? Okay. You are here. Okay. So you win that one. Have you won before, Amux? Just a curious question. Yes. How recently? Just curious. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I have another one I can give. It's just I'm curious. You know how recently? 15.3. I think you mean 315. Do you mean 315? Like March 15th? 15th of March. Oh. Oh, okay. Do you guys want me to redraw? Everyone want me to redraw or what? What say you, Amux? Yeah, everyone's got it. Crazy. Yeah, reroll. Okay, we have 2. Do I have 3 for reroll? I guess, okay, since I'm the guy who needs at least 3, let's do reroll. Okay, reroll then. Gonna draw another winner. Okay, where's Victura? He had a 3% chance of winning. Is Victura here? Victura. Extra rigged. Ultra rigged. Yelp it, Victura Rufus. Yelp at him. Hang on, I got him on chat, I think. Let me send him a message. Oops. I can reach out to him to contact him, but are you guys okay with it? I tell you what, I have one more gift to give, and it's the let me show you what it is. Before I forget, I'm gonna pull this up. I have a secondary prize for the 3 remaining guys. Want to see? I have a spare giveaway. We're just going to use the current winners as the brackets. So what we have is, let me see if I can find it. Just a second. Here. There it is. It's the Origin 350 racing suit. There's a bit of history with this piece of this thing. I'm sure Mooks and everybody else knows what I'm talking about. This thing is very old, been around forever. So I have one of these. So we're gonna roll and see who wins this. Here we go. As a secondary prize. Everybody ready? And by the way, I do have another. It'll be in 2 weeks, guys, for the other ship. Here we go. And draw another winner. Flat 4. Where are you at? Flat 4, dude. My dude. Rufus is mad. I will say this is the biggest giveaway we had. Guys, we are going to have more of this. Grab the next couple of months. There's going to be more giveaways. And Invictus, I intend to give away one of my old buybacks. It's going to be an Argo Raft worth $110. Tell your friends. It's, well, no, not that ship. It's going to be something else, but it's going to be more money than I've spent in a while. I'll just say that. It's going to be an expensive old ship. I've hung on to it for a long time. And, yeah. Anyways, Flat 4, contact me when I get on later tonight. I will get in touch with you on your prize. Okay? Please don't forget. I'll remind you when I can. And Victura, if you're listening, I still owe you something, so. I know he's lurking out there. Got stuck in ads. Yeah, it does happen. Anyways, get in touch with me later, Flat. I'll get your prize. Same for you, well, I'll get Victura too. I can contact. Anyways, chat, I'm gonna bail. I'm getting hungry. I gotta eat something. It's noon. 07. Thank you all for tuning in today. And I'll talk to you later.